various types of questions that will be coming across, that also we will see. And last but not the least, what all queries you have regarding this program, you can ask in that query session, then we'll wind up. And we request you all to maintain the discipline of the online classes by keeping yourself muted. And if you have any doubt, please raise your hand. Initially, you'll be forcibly muted so that none of them disturbs the class. Once the things are done, at the query session, you'll be given a scope to unmute and speak. Hope you understand. So first, let's see the main thing why we all are here, which is IMO. So IMO is one such platform which is making us to be here together from being in even after being from different parts. So like introduction to IMO. Maths is incredibly important in our lives as it is all around us. So as IMO, when you're talking about the term maths, without which we are nothing. That means our sustainability is not possible without maths. We can't even imagine our life, or even we can't even imagine a minute of our life without maths. Why? Because in the word minute itself, we have maths again. So maths is everywhere and along with us throughout our lifetime. Such important is maths. Now, when we have such an important thing with us, talking about to enhance its beauty, we have IMO. To enhance or to make this maths more incredible, we have IMO with us. So what is IMO? IMO is all about International Mathematics Olympiad. It's a maths-based competition that aims in observing and supporting future scientists, technologists, and IT talents at the school level. So IMO is one such platform which gives you a scope to go out into various technical fields like becoming a future scientist or a technologist or an IIT professional, whatever it is. You can choose any varied varieties of highest professions for which you need a strong foundation. To reach to the higher flying levels, the base should be strong enough. That strong foundation will be made by IMO. IMO helps in augmenting scientific skills of children or students. The meaning of this scientific skills, augmenting scientific skills, means it helps you to sprout out new sort of differential thinking than the regular math concepts. When you have a simple maths concept, you think of it in a regular way. But when you have IMO with you, it helps you to sprout out a different thinking level into yourself, and that way your scientific skills are being developed. Now, fine. We have seen importance of IMO. Now, how is IMO going to help you? The very first point which I would like to continue from the previous thing is, IMO is one such platform where students compete with each other from across the country and world. So this is one platform where you can compete yourself with students across the world. Why? Because IMO is not written by the children of 40 students in a class. It's written by children of different schools who are been studying in different environments and different localities, basing on their knowledge and learning. They are giving out their exam, and out of those different people, where are you standing up? Your position is being made clear with the platform of IMO. To help students analyze their performance on the basis of their maths knowledge. Maths knowledge, many of you may feel, I can do maths. I can do 10 problems in an hour. Well and good. Everyone can do 10 problems of addition, subtractions, or square roots, or percentages, square ratios, and proportions. Well and good. To what extent you are able to apply it in a, to what extent you are able to widen your learning. That basic knowledge of maths which you have, that can be made widened by a proper systematic procedure which is being given in IMO. When you are using the scope of IMO to improve your maths knowledge, automatically your performance is becoming better day by day. IMO helps the student to develop their problem-solving skills, analytical skills, testing aptitude, confidence, competitive spirit, and hence their overall development at the end stage. So IMO is one such thing which is giving you many options, many bonus points apart from your regular learning. Like problem-solving skills is being developed. The way you think into the problem is being developed. That is analytical skills. The way you apply the logic in looking into the problem, understanding it is being developed. Testing aptitude. It's not that 10 questions paper is given. You're supposed to write each and every answer for each and every question and just get out the marks. No, that is not a simple testing procedure. In IMO, you have different testing procedure. Knowing the knowledge is different thing. Applying the knowledge is different thing. Analyzing what you know is a different thing. So in every angle, IMO provides you a scope to test yourself, within yourself and out of yourself. It's not that yesterday I have got 40 marks out of 50. Today, what am I scoring? Is my score sustainable at 40? Or am I improving by coming out of 40? Or am I falling down beyond 40? So you are able to test your own knowledge, your own development. Apart from that, you are able to compare or you are able to compete with the people around you who are into the same scenario of IMO. The result of IMO gives student an idea of their academic growth. So this is what I said. So as academic, to what extent you have been performing? Have you become better than yesterday? Is there a scope for you to become best for tomorrow? So that sort of growth is being seen to you. And not only the regular IMO growth, you can see the difference of being into the IMO into your regular academic source. How your regular academics are completely influenced by IMO can be clearly seen with the help of IMO. So this was a long run of development we have seen. Now we will see why special coaching for IMO is also needed. IMO is always an arena for showcasing the talent of young students and bringing the best out of the children. Okay, so we have seen so many benefits of IMO and how is it going to help us to overall development we have seen. And this is one arena where your talents are being given a scope to get exposed. Special preparation is needed for IMO exam as it is not only supporting for the better scoring, but it also has a motto to lay a strong foundation for the students for their upcoming competitive exam. So when you are talking about IMO, it's not only that how much are you scoring today. It is giving you a strong base for your upcoming competitive exam. Like in the future, you may be writing some JEE entrance, you may be writing for medicine, you may be writing for whatever it is, IIM, whatever it is. You may be preparing for group exams, whatever it is. Since you are in the higher grades, you'll be having a basic vision. I am interested in so and so field. I'm supposed to go into this field. So when you want to be a part of those competitive fields, you should have a basic idea of how will the competitive field be? How will the competitive exams occur? What is a version of questions asked in it? How am I supposed to get myself prepared academically, mentally to attend to that levels? So that basic foundations will be given in IMO. You can ask me, ma'am, academics, okay, fine, IMO is giving an academic. How are we going to get the mental ability in being IMO to that exam? Definitely. When you're able to solve out the questions from step by step, if you want to reach out the 10 step directly, it would be harder. But when you're going stage by step, step 1, step 2, step 3, automatically your mental ability is being given its scope to reach out and be making you stand in that position by a strong, constant growth. Not at a stretch, you are not being stressed out to work on it. You're giving a strong, constant boost of the things to reach that level. The uniqueness of this program is to focus on extra edge of students' preparation and to sharpen their skills, giving them a head start and make them emerge as a toppers in the long run. So this is the overall long run benefits of IMO's program and having a special coaching of it. So it's giving you extra knowledge. In the sense, in the regular academic books, you will be getting the basic knowledge of what is the topic, how are you supposed to understand it, solve it, and apply it to various situations. But in IMO, you will be given a scope to analyze the concept, apply it differently. Like for example, if you have the concept of percentages, in regular academics, you'll be just relating percentages with ratios, or you'll be relating percentages with fractions or decimals, whatever it is, and solve it in the different simple problems. But what if the percentages is given in a different scenario? You'll be seeing percentages in simple cost buying and selling process. But what if percentages is applied in time? What if percentages is applied in distance? So there will be different scenarios of where you can apply a simple basic concept in a different way. That means your learning is be given an extra widened scope to develop, and which ultimately gives you a head start for emerging as a topper. That means when your scope of learning is being widened, your learning skills, analytical skills, your confidence, everything is being boosted, which results to you for a better person. How online class program is helpful. The main features of the program which we are talking about is the online class program for IMO. So we have seen why IMO is important. Very good. We have seen how IMO is going to help us. Clear, that is also fine. We have seen why special coaching is needed for it. Okay, where to get the special coaching? How can we choose the best coaching for this IMO? One of that which we promote is our online program for IMO. The main features of our online program for IMO is live sessions. So we will be providing you the live sessions for classes. That means you have a teacher in front of you to explain your concepts, clear your doubts, make you think differently apart from learning the concepts. So when you have a live interaction between people, that is a teacher and student, you have a lot scope to make out your concepts clear. The next one is online coursework. So this is not the simple live session where the teacher starts teaching you using a whiteboard, using a marker or a pen. You have a proper online coursebook, that is the content is being properly systematically arranged and graded in such a way that you get the basic knowledge of the concept, you understand the concept in proper way of how to apply into the things. Like first the concept is being taught, then you will be given a practice of solving and understanding the concept. Then second stage would be like applying the concept. Third stage would be analyzing the concept. Fourth stage would be evaluating new things out of the concept. So there will be different levels of how this course is being designed so that you can come out of the extreme level of the concept knowledge. Small batch size. The main advantage of the small batch size is it is a student-centered program. It's not a teacher-centered program. In student-centered program, our main motto will be the student. Each and every student will be given enough scope when the class size is small, which is possible when the batch small, which is what we are talking about, the small batch size. When the number of children in each batch is little, we have enough scope that you can learn more for the concept. You can have a scope to get your doubts cleared. You can have better rapport with the teacher to get your doubts cleared, where your confidence levels will also be boosted. And even the teacher has a scope to assess you, to find out your weaker points and make you work on it. In sense, the teacher could guide you to work on those weaker points. The next one is simple tips and tricks. So there are different methods of solving every question. But what is the difference between an IMO coaching and a regular coaching? In a regular coaching, if for example, let us take a problem on ratios. If you want to solve a ratio of, if the ratio between two quantities and some other two quantities are given, and if you want to relate it, in the regular mathematics, you will be given a long run process of solving. But in IMO, since your IMO exam is time constrained, that is, you are supposed to solve around some 40 to 50 questions in a span of an hour, their regular 10-line problem solving is never suitable. You should have enough tips and tricks to solve the bigger lengthy problem into a smaller. So our online program gives you a scope to improve your idea of the topic or lessen your time in solving the problems with possible tips and tricks there and then. Whenever topic is being taught, if you have a proper trick where your problem can be solved in very less time, which comes down from a minute to 20 to 30 seconds, automatically the 30 seconds is more than enough to analyze a question or understand the question, verify the answer. So this 1 hour duration of exam is very crucial, where each and every second matters. So coming down a question from 1 minute to 30 seconds by means of a trick is definitely valuable. So such tips and tricks will be provided to you in this online program wherever possible, so that your accuracy in solving the problem is being done in the very little possible time span. Challenging exercises. Learning a concept is different. Applying it is different. The concept of analyzing and evaluating comes only by challenging exercises. How are you able to solve these challenging exercises is only being possible when you have a proper detailed program for learning the concepts. Like for example, if you consider any topic like geometry, you will have many different way of thinking a simple concept called rectangle. Rectangle is a simple thing. All of you know that. Opposite sides are equal, length measures are equal, breadths are equal. Each angle is 90. This is a very basic knowledge which everybody have after being out of class 5. You know how to find its area, you know how to find its perimeter. What about if opposite sides are joined? How can we find the diagonal? How can we apply it, the concept of rectangle, to the different other shapes like squares? How can we relate it with a rhombus? How can we relate it with a square? So these type of correlations between the concepts which you are learning is being done in this challenging levels. And this challenging levels will evaluate your learning. They will give you a scope to create a new idea or create a new correlation between or relation between the different concepts. So these challenging exercises are such beneficial. Next, moving on, query sessions. So everybody, even in the last sessions which we had in the last year, that is 21-22 session, or even this, when the enrollments are giving, many of the children's questions were on this query. Yes, this time we have a proper planning for query sessions. Like if your chapter or if your complete course book is all about 10 chapters, you will be having proper divisions in between the chapters to have doubt sessions in between them. So for suppose if there are 10 chapters, you'll be having a query session after 5 and 5 chapters, or 3 or 4 chapters. So basically we have planned a proper query sessions in between your program, so that there and then your concepts are being cleared, your doubts are being clarified, and your weaker points are being worked out, and your confidence are being boosted. All the 4 things are being, or the 4 pillars which are being considered, or the main motors of this online program, are being concentrated in this query sessions. So it's not only queries regarding the concept which is being taught in the class only, the questions which you get in your assessments, either it may be a weekly test or assignments, or the books that we prefer you for practicing, or anything. Wherever you have a doubt, your concepts of, your doubts will be cleared, and make your concepts clear there. Next, well-planned, timely assessments. So whatever you learn, once if you don't use it or once you don't test it, the learning is gone to the garbage. So proper timely assessments is definitely needed. So into the program, coming into the program, the plan for our assessments were, in every week as scheduled, we have 2 classes per each. Like for example, a class 6 will have 2 sessions in a week. After each and every session is of duration 1 hour. After every 1 hour session, the child, every student in the class will be given a proper assignment over it. And after the 2 sessions, whatever the concepts are being covered in the 2 sessions of the class, for those concepts, you will have a weekly test on Sunday. So where your proper weekly test and assignments will take you the step-by-step learning process clearly. Apart from this, you will have mock test. Before the actual IMO goes on, you'll be scheduling with sort of a mock test where you'll be given a scope to make this learning completely understandable there, and your assessments are also clearly being progressed and reported to you also. Once the assessment is done, you'll be given your score there and then, where you have gone right, where you have gone wrong, how are you being graded. It will be not only given to you, even your teacher will be screened out with your performance, so that they can even help you to come out of your weak points. Next, moving on to the types of questions asked in IMO. Like we have seen many things so far, like IMO, its importance, how is it going to help you in the future grades, competitive exams, and how is it going to help you in the current scenario, and how are you supposed to have special coaching for it, How is our program going to help you for IMO? We have seen all this. But when coming to IMO, we have spoken all this time using this one word called IMO. Now, what is the speciality about IMO? How is it different from regular academics? IMO is different from regular academics only by the types of questions it has. In IMO, we generally find various types of questions that helps us to improve our skills like observation, thought-provoking, multiple intelligence, etc. The various types of questions that we come across in IMO. So IMO is one such platform where your learning is not concise only to the knowledge of the concept. It gives you the varied skill development. Like it helps you to develop your observation skills, improve your observation skills. Your thought-provoking process is being developed. Your multiple intelligence levels are being developed. And there are many such more benefits where your skill sets are being completely improved because of this varied varieties of questions in IMO. Let's have a small glance of what are the types of questions we have. The questions types which we are specifying here is not all about that only these type of questions here. We have many more. A sample of those are being shown here. The first is the puzzle type questions which you generally get. The next is picture-based questions where your observation skills are being completely improved. Graph-based questions is one more such where you need to observe the graph, understand the relations, and then solve it. Statement-based questions. So statement-based questions are those type of questions where you learn the general facts and truths in a simple way and remember it. But statement-based questions are those which gives you a scope to understand the very basic statement in a different version. Match the following. Here, these type of questions help you to correlate relation between the various columns or the sections being provided in the question. Next one is true or false type question. The other is fill in the blanks type question. So in true or false type question and in the fill in, you can find the general fill-ups and true or false, which you just generally get in your academics. But in IMO, these type of questions like true or false or fill in the blanks, these questions are also graded properly that not only filling the blank is being done, it should be correlated with the other blanks related in the question also. Next, construction type. So when you come out of the primary grades to the higher grades, not only learning the concepts of geometry, you should know how to practically form it. Like you have the science lab for sciences, the same way you have a maths lab where constructions and many other things are being tested. So constructions is one such where you don't need a special laboratory, a simple geometry box is enough, and you should understand and visualize the picture by practically drawing it. So those type of questions will help you in understanding. And last but not the least, we have miscellaneous type questions. Like apart from the above patterns, we have many more patterns in IMO questions. Some which can be considered into miscellaneous will also be sampled too. So now let's see a sample of these type of questions. Now the questions which I'm going to show as a sample for each of these categories. I'll show you a sample question of each of every category of this. And the questions are chosen only as a sample children. I repeat again, the questions which I'm going to show you in the upcoming screens are just samples. Need not bother depending on the grade. Like a 6th class child need not see the question and get scared if it is 8th class question. So the question is not being graded that it is class 5, class 8. The question is shown for the sample to specify the methods or the types that we have. So it's just a sample. I'm not going to explain you the concepts, but I'm going to tell you how are you supposed to solve these type of questions. So the first one is puzzle-based questions, picture-based puzzles. So in IMO, we get puzzle-based questions, many puzzle-based questions. Like if this is a question, whatever the grade it is, again, I'm telling you, never look into the question gradings. It may be difficult for lower levels. It may be difficult for grade 8s and it may be easy for the higher levels. But it is just a sample for the type of question, not to motivate you, not to make you feel it's easy or not to demotivate. So like, for example, we have box over there, which is a 3D shapes that you generally learn, which can be viewed in different sketches. And which of these combinations are forming this? So in this type of questions, your observation is being completely used. You are supposed to observe each and every picture given over there. You are supposed to correlate them, and you are supposed to visualize a picture into your mind to form what is being asked. So here the simple concept is solid shapes. This is a very basic concept which this question is related to. But your knowledge is being given a scope of improving your observation, where your observation skills are being given a scope to enhance. Next, you are correlating the concept figures. Whatever the correlation, whatever the figures are there, you are correlating them to make up the figure which is asked. So this way you are forming your development, or the knowledge is being enhanced in a different way about the concept. So for suppose the answer for this question is option B. So that is Q and R, the two solids which are given in picture Q and R. If you put together this both, you'll get this solid which is asked. So that way you can analyze the given picture and then find what is being asked for. Now we will see a number-based puzzle. Like these are the very simple concept on fractions. The topic is a very simple thing. It's all about fractions. We are talking about fractions, and even if you observe, it is all about the simple concept of like fractions, which you are familiar with from class 3 and class 4. But you are solving it in the form of a puzzle by satisfying the given condition that however you consider the sides of the triangle, the sum should be the same. So you should know the concept of triangle, the concepts of sides of the triangle. You should know what is like fractions. You know how to add them. So one simple number puzzle is giving you a scope of involving many concepts like fractions, their additions, the concepts of triangle, and then finally solving for what is being asked for. So where your multiple intelligence is definitely working. Now, for suppose the answer for this question, which is on the screen, is option B, which is 8 by 15. So when 8 by 15 is replaced in the place of question mark, each and every side will leave you with the same answer, which is 11 by 15. Let's move on to the next type of question, which is a picture-based question. So in picture-based questions, you will have different types of picture-based questions. Certain times you will have a picture in a question. Basing on the picture, you're supposed to solve the problem and find for the answers. Sometimes there will be pictures in the question and in the options where you're supposed to correlate them. And sometimes you have pictures in the options itself, like the one on the screen. So here you have different pictures in each and every option. And here you're supposed to find the area of those pictures to find the maximum shaded area. So here you need the maximum shaded picture. So maximum area, and which picture is there? So to find that, you should have a deep understanding of various shapes. Like for example, in this case, you should have an understanding of rectangle and its area. You should know how to divide this figure into individual parts to find the area of this complete figure. That is, these are combined figures, or we can even call it as compound figures. So to find the areas of compound figures, you should be having a proper idea of dividing it into parts and then finding the area of individual parts to find the area of the whole picture. So in that way, you are observing the picture completely. To split it, your first thing is you are observing the question. Next, you are understanding what is being asked and what is to be applied for. Then you are analyzing of how to split the question. Then finally, you are solving it to get your concluding answer. So it's all about a rectangle area or a combined figure. A simple concept of rectangle area is being projected in different ways, and your observations are being improved, your understanding is being improved. You have given a scope of analyzing of what to be what related. You're solving it and concluding it. And even you are being given a scope to compare the things just by observation. Once if you start solving many problems of this type, at one stage, by constant practice, you will be in a position to just say by looking at the picture and its measurements, which will be having more area and which will be having less area. that sort of observation learning is also being developed with constant practice. Like for example, when you solve out this question, the answer for this would be option B. Like I just wanted to give the answer for this, not to confuse you, just to make clear how are we going to explain you the questions in the program. Our main motto is that. Like for example, if you want to solve this question, like we find the area of the first figure by making it into two parts. You can make this into two parts here also, like this you can make, or you can make it out in other way, like this also. So this is a way your understanding is being developed. Like the teacher may teach you in one method of dividing the figure. You may learn it by dividing the figure in another way. But the ultimate goal is your thinking ability is being developed by thinking it in a different way and reaching out to the same goal of getting the same answer. So likewise, the first figure will have an area of 26 square centimeters. The second option figure will have an area of 43.5 square centimeters. And the third figure will have an area of 33. So overall, the maximum area is for figure 2, which is in option B. So that is your answer. So the reason for explaining this solution in this question and not in others is just to make you clear how do we explain the questions in our program to make you for the better understanding and applying of the concepts. Now let's move on to the next type of question, which is graph-based questions. So graph-based questions are frequently seen in higher levels, like from grade 6 onwards. You'll have different types of graphs. One sample graph is shown on here, which is a double bar graph. You have different graphs, as if you are familiar with, you have pie charts, line graphs, histograms, etc., etc. Many graphs you'll be having. So among all these graphs questions, the main motto of any graph question is not only make you to visualize the concept, especially the main logic behind any graph question is it gives you a visualization of the data. What has been asked, like your scores, you have got results of 5 subject marks in your recent exam. So the brain is one such thing which can get visual things more easily than the abstract things like numbers and alphabets. So graphs is one such thing which gives a visual impression to your brain. That is, it makes the things into your brain more easily than the abstract forms in the form of pictures, like called graphs. So using this graph-based questions, your understanding to the concepts are given a better vision than the regular methods. Like for example, in this question, we are talking about the production of a product, that is rice and wheat. See here, the products which are being talked about is rice and wheat. So the production of a products, these two products in different states are being given. And you are supposed to analyze the total production of rice and wheat is maximum in which state. So for this, first you need to understand what is being given and what is being asked. You are supposed to correlate that both. Then you are supposed to understand and analyze the picture completely by observing, then solve the answer. So if you have good practice over the graph questions, just by picture, to understand the concept of maximum, you need to see the maximum parts of the individuals. Where the maximum parts of individuals are more obviously in wheat. So this is giving the highest production. So that way you can understand. Of course, you may feel this question is very easy, but in solving this question, what are the stages involved? I'm explaining you so that you can understand how every graph question you should think of. Not only this, of course, it may be easy, but like as I've told you, UP is the answer for this. Now we have statement-based questions. In coming to statement-based questions, I told you, statements are very facts or realities that you talk about. Either it may be maths or it may be a general life, anything. The word statement means you're talking about a simple fact. When you're talking about a simple fact, that fact could be relating to math statements, it can be relating to the math statement or anything. How differently are you able to look into a statement is a question. Like for example, if my question is the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. It's a simple math statement which needs no counters for it. So it's a basic statement where you're talking about the three angles of a triangle, which is adding up to 180. But in a statement-based question, the very simple statement can be projected in a different ways to make you understand it in a different way. That is, your scope of understanding is given a wide range to run along to improve. Like for example, look at this. In an isosceles triangle, if one angle is equal to 52 degrees, then the greatest angle is 76 degrees. So here we are talking about the two simple concepts, which is sum of angles, which is 180 degrees in any triangle. And we are talking about a specific triangle, which is an isosceles triangle. So you are supposed to correlate the properties of isosceles triangle with the sum of angles in a triangle to find whether the greatest angle is 676 degrees or not. So that way, your simple statements which you have, you are using it in a different version to solve out the problems. So these type of statements will help you to make your basics concept stronger, which is oftenly seen in IMO. And the answer for this question is B. That is, in this statement, the first statement is incorrect and the second is correct. So not only judging whether the statement is right or wrong, you are supposed to pick out the apt option from it, whether which is being considered as true and which is being considered as false. Next, on to the concept of match the following. So match the following is one such thing where you are supposed to find the relation between the terms given in two different columns. Like for example, if you have a question like this, where you are talking about the terms in algebra, certain parts are given in the column 1 and certain parts are given in column 2. You are supposed to correlate them both together to find a relation. Like if you look into the first problem, that is option P. Here you are talking about the operation of multiplication and addition on algebraic expressions. Here you are talking about multiplication. Here you are talking about difference. You are talking about addition. So one complete chapter of algebraic expressions is being revised for all its basic operations in one simple question. It's giving you an overall revision of the chapter by making you find out all the operations in one simple question. Apart from correlating, you're supposed to look for the apt option, which is matching it. So that, and this type of questions gives you another logic. Basically, many children who are, there is a statement, a lazy man is more innovative than the other one. So the same, that's absolutely right. Even I believe in it. The more you are lazy, you look for the shortcuts to solve it in a simple way. Like, for example, if you want to solve this question, you just solve for P. And if you find one option, for suppose 3, you are enough to see the option B and D. No need to go for option A and C. So that way you can pick for the better versions, apply your logics of solving it in a lesser time. So the answer for this type of this question, which is on the screen, is option B. And we have fill in the blanks questions. So in the general fill in the blanks, which you get in a regular academics, is a direct answer. If you write the right answer, you'll be given a score, and if you are incorrect, your score will not be allotted to you. But here in Olympiads, not only for filling the answers, you need to choose the correct option which is matching those answers is also important, so that you'll be having an analysis. Of course, this question is all about the basic viewing solid shapes, but when depending on the topic, the questions of the fill in the blanks will also be typical, where the answers will may lead you to confusion. So you need to have that basic understanding of the concept. Like the answer for this question is option D. You'll have true or false questions also. Like the other one which we have seen, where two statements being asked to be judged, which is true and which is false. Here, a group of statements, like 3 to 4 statements will be given, and you are supposed to understand which is right or wrong by applying your knowledge of the question content and then solve its understanding. Like this question is on the cubes and cube roots. Like when you want to solve this question, you need to have the complete understanding of the chapter. Like these 3 statements, if you want to solve, to check which is true or false, you need to have the complete understanding of this complete chapter called cubes and cube roots. That means you need to know what are perfect cubes. You need to know how to add and subtract to make them perfect cubes. You need to know how to find the cube roots, all those things. Means the complete chapter is being focused in one single question. And none of these questions which I'm showing you or level 1 questions. All the questions are level 3 questions. In the sense, I'm giving you a sample of the highest version of the questions which need to be understood, that not only learning the knowledge, getting the knowledge of the concept, you apply it in the basic level 1. I mean, you assess it in the level 1 questions by direct application of that. In level 2, you apply it in different scenarios, like applying squares to the squares concept to cubes, applying cubes and squares to percentages, applying algebra to geometry. So that is the second version of application. Third level of application is correlating them in different ways, like applying it to true or false, picture-based puzzles, matches, whatever it is. You are correlating your knowledge of level 2 to level 3. So the answer for this question is option A. So again, I tell you, need not bother of what question is given on the screen. Class 6 child need not be worried, how will I solve this? No, this is not a class 6 question. Class 6 child will be given with the questions as per their grades. Class 8 children will be given the questions as per their grades, basing on their concepts. These are all just samples of what type of questions we get. Like we get construction-based questions. Like I've told you, learning about a rectangle or learning about a triangle is very easy. Triangle has sum of angles 180. Rectangle has opposite sides equal. It's a simple statement. But when you start actually drawing a rectangle, you need to keep many points into your mind. Like you need to see the opposite sides are equal. You need to see that the length and breadth are at right angles. You need to see that the diagonal lengths are same. So there are many points to be kept in mind when you're drawing a picture. So drawing a picture is accurately done in the form of construction. Drawing is different, construction is different. Construction will give you the exact figure with exact measurements. When you're drawing it, there will be an error chances of millimeters or whatever it is. But in construction, errors will not be there. To do a construction, you need a proper systematic procedure. Like for example, you ask for a new recipe and your mama is looking into the cookbook or into a YouTube video. So there, by her constant practice and by her constant experience, she looks into the key points of that recipe. And she starts doing it in a proper procedure. She doesn't take up the masalas and put it in the oil in the very beginning stage. She has a proper systematic procedure to reach into the actual recipe. The same way, the construction is one such thing which gives a systematic step-by-step process to reach into the actual picture with the actual measurements which is being asked for. So that steps, how will you be able to analyze which step where to come, which step to come after, which step to come before. This analyzation is completely important, which will be done in IMO, where the sequence of steps will be analyzed of arranging them, or which step is going wrong, or which step to be positioned where. Such things will be dealt in this type of questions. Like here, a construction of a parallelogram is shown, and the steps or the sequence followed for this would be like this. Now coming to the miscellaneous questions. So we have seen different types of questions. And there will be many more patterns of questions. One such of miscellaneous is as on the screen. Like this is a data type question. You'll be given a big data in the question, relating one particular situation. Like you have seen the situation where two friends are going for a shopping. So it's all about the concepts of decimals, where a situation has been created or a data is given to you, and you are being asked to come out of those data points for solving the given question using the concept knowledge of decimals. So when you solve these type of questions, you are using the knowledge of decimals to a situation where the data is given, placing that there is a shopping going on between two friends, where the two friends are involved in shopping, and in those scenarios, what are the best things that they want, and what is the question asked for, you are solving for it. So these type of miscellaneous questions also you get many times. Sometimes you get number, and we have seen just picture puzzles. In certain cases, you'll have verbal, numerical, and picture. 3 times involved questions also. So there will be many questions of such sort, which will be completely helping you to enhance your knowledge of the concept and come out with a good analytical grip over the concepts. So this is all about our IMO program, and how are we going to help you in becoming a best topper among, not only into yourself, making you come out of yourself and among your friends and your surroundings. So if you have any queries, your query session starts now. Over to you, Shaman.
Thank you, Priya ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful session and explaining importance of IMO to students. I hope all of you will be benefited from these classes. So just get most of these classes by resolving lots and lot of questions and learning it just focused. Okay, so I'll just share my screen. So I will explain you how online classes will proceed further. Okay. So as you can see, Priya ma'am has already explained you about how these classes will go. There will be 2 classes in a week and a weekly test on every Sunday. This weekly test will be shared through portal in which there will be no class. It just the time will be given in the portals where you can attempt your test. The test will comprises of the questions that were discussed during the previous week, the topic that was discussed during the previous week. Okay, so SOF syllabus for that subject will be covered. There will be a mock test approximately 1 month before the Olympiad exam date. So we'll announce it 1 month before the Olympiad exam date. And the most important thing is we will provide you access to MTG Live portal that we have made available for all our enrolled students, where you can access all class recordings, assessment, weekly tests. So everything will be there through this portal, mtglive.infiprep.com. I will be sharing the codes for this portal. So class 7 and 8 students have already received the codes. And for class 6, I am sending these codes shortly. What you have to do, you have to just open this portal on browser. First, you have to log in with Gmail on the browser and then open this portal. Log in using the Gmail ID option. You don't have to enter any login ID or password into it. Just use this Gmail ID option to log in. And then once you log in, there will be a button where you have to activate the code. Just click on that. There will be a text box where you have to copy the code and apply it and then check out. So once you click on checkout, the codes will be added to your account. Those who have already logged in last year with MTG Live portal, they just need to add the new code that they will receive in the mail. So this is just the dummy code. Don't try to add it right now. I have just shown you this for example. So this way you will receive the mail from us where you will get the code also. So this code you can apply it through this portal. And from Monday onwards, when your classes are starting, you will get the details. You will get the joining link from that portal. You will get the after class recordings that will be made available after 24 of the classes are finished. Okay. So now I'm unmuting all of you. If you have any queries, please raise your hands one by one, and then we will take over the queries.
We have Kavya with us, Kavya Gupta.
Okay. So Kavya, please unmute and ask your query.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, will it be possible for you to provide the recording for this particular class?
Yes, IMO session recording will be provided. So it will be processed and hopefully will be provided to you by late evening or tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Next, we have Sriram with us, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Actually, I did not get the that code for the portal, and you said that ma'am 7th and 8th received it, so I did not receive it.
Okay, don't worry. Please check in case you have landed, the mail has landed in the spam folder. Just check the spam folder also. And if you haven't find it in the spam folder, just give us a message on the WhatsApp number that we have provided to you. So we will send you the code on WhatsApp message. Okay.
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 Next, we have Shreya with us.
Shreya.
Good evening, ma'am. I wanted to ask that which books do we have to use for the session?
The course books will be shown to you in the classes, dear. So once the first session is being started, in the end of the first session, we'll show you what the course books is being suggested for you so that you have enough practice. Okay.
Thank you.
Any more doubts, children? Please raise your hands.
Okay, one of them, there is one query. Is there separate portals for different subjects? No, there is a single portal. On single portal, different subjects will be added. So accordingly, their courses will be added. So you don't have to log in on a different portal for different subjects. Single portal, on single portal, you can apply the code for other subjects.
We have Kabir with us.
Ma'am, so I have the doubt that in our portal, I can see that the past classes and tests of 2021 are there. So is it for us?
No, these tests are not for you. You will be assigned the new test and fresh test. So don't worry if you are getting this test still available to you, but you can't access it because the date is already over. So you will
Okay.
be getting the new test as per your classes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So any more doubts? We have Deep Fish with us, ma'am. The child has a doubt, it seems.
Ma'am, my name is Vishakha, and ma'am, I have some questions that even after the class, if we have some doubt about the session, so ma'am, where should we ask?
So one thing is, after every session, the recording of the session, you'll be finding it in the portal. And if the end of the class, if you have enough scope and time is being provided, I mean, if they have enough time, you can ask the teacher there and then for the doubts. If it isn't possible, you can give out your doubts in the WhatsApp number or in the mail ID which is given to you. There and then your teacher will send you the reply for your doubts. Still, if you want a live interaction with the teacher to clear your doubts, doubt sessions are being provided in between the topics. Like for example, if you have 10 chapters, after 3 to 4 chapters, you have doubt sessions. In that also you can ask. So there are various stages where you can your doubts are getting clear.
Okay, ma'am.
We have Chaitanya with us.
This is Devika. I just wanted to ask, all the details are coming on my father's number. So how can I add my number to this?
Okay, Vedika, you can just WhatsApp, ask your father to WhatsApp on the number 8800020893 that we have given to you for any query. Just ask your father to WhatsApp on that number and she will add you in the group. WhatsApp your number. Yes, ask your father to WhatsApp your number, so she will add your number to the group.
We have Sahasra with us now.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I've actually already logged into the portal, and today when I opened it, it's saying to log in again. So I just typed in my email ID and the password which I used the last year. Whatever password I typed, I used the same password. But then it's saying invalid email or password.
Are you using login with Gmail option or you are entering the email ID and password?
Ma'am, I'm entering.
No.
I've entered many times and it's still saying the same.
You don't have to enter it. I'll just show you. I'll just show you my screen how you have to do it. You don't have to enter login ID and password. You just have to log in with Gmail.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. So once you have typed the URL mtglive.infoprep.com, this page will appear. So you have to check this and then click on Gmail login. That's it. And once you click on Gmail, you have to enter your Gmail ID, whatever Gmail ID you have, and then click on next. It will ask you the password where you have to enter the Gmail ID password. There is no separate email ID and password for this portal. It will be logged in with the Gmail ID. Hope you understand.
Yes,
If,
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
if you have forgotten your Gmail ID password, then you can use the forgot password option on Gmail to retrieve your password. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Next we have Anshu Bharadwaj.
Ma'am, can you explain me how the tests will work?
The test will be given through MTG Live portal, where weekly test every Sunday. The test link will be active. You have to just click on start test and read the instructions. There will be a timer for the particular for the test, like 30 minutes or 60 minutes. So within that duration, you have to attempt the test. There is a timer given along with the weekly test, so that to maintain your speed and accuracy. So once you keep on practicing a lot of questions, that will increase your speed also. So this way you can attempt the test through MTG Live portal.
So ma'am, so can I take the test through like any time in the day, or is there a specific time we have to submit the test?
The test will be available for 1 day or 2 days. So don't worry about it. And within that duration of 2 days, you can attempt the test anytime.
Test will be provided for a day or two, but the duration of the test is being fixed. Once you start the test, you have to finish it in the prescribed duration. Then only your results will reach you.
I got it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So, any more doubts?
Okay, but I have okay. So I hope all the queries are answered. So
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, we have one. Yes, JC. Yes.
Ma'am, actually, I've logged into the portal, but may I know when the videos will be uploaded?
for this particular video,
Not ma'am, to the portal.
so,
Like
okay.
we have nutrition.
So
and science.
you will be having your classes starting from Monday onwards. So once the class is over, within 24 to 48 hours, the class recording will be uploaded on the portal.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, children. Thank you for attending this wonderful orientation program. And Priya ma'am has explained it very beautifully to you, importance of IMO classes and how IMO is helping in day-to-day life, and in future it will help you. So thank you, Priya ma'am, for giving this wonderful session.
So, bye, children. Bye for now.
So keep
To
practicing,
see you all
keep
back
learning.
from
See you
Monday
all in the
in
classes.
our live sessions. So,
Thank
bye
you,
for
ma'am.
now.
Bye, ma'am.
Have a great day.
Thank you,
Happy
ma'am.
weekend.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, children. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.